I have said, and I will continue to say, that if you vote Republican, you're courting death. That's what happens. Death, because they don't do anything to help you. They set you up for failure. Either you don't have enough food, you don't have enough protection. Floods came because they didn't want to spend money to have sirens to help people evacuate. I mean, just general non-government stuff that it's going to benefit the politicians, but not help the people. So, one of the things that I don't get with Republicans is their fucking obsession with fake Christianity, faux Christians. Their obsession to let faux Christians have their way with people. Their obsession with people to discriminate against people they feel aren't Christian enough. And most of the time, the things that they object to had nothing to do with the Bible. It's just personal, just being who they are. Nothing to do with the Bible. Because remember, Jesus catered to those people that the rich ignored. Mary Magdalene, let's be blunt, was a prostitute. The people that he catered to were the poor who needed help, but the Pharisees would never help. These were people who were sick, but no one helped them. This is what Jesus did. This is what Jesus wanted to do. Those were his disciples. Those were his followers. Not the upper crust. They hated him. Remember, the reason Jesus got crucified was not the Romans, it's that the Pharisees presented him to Pilate because they wanted him to get rid of him, and Pilate was like, yeah, whatever, sure, just anyone to keep the peace, because that was a pain in the ass province to cover anyway. Sure, take the holy man, we don't care, do what you got to do. So, that being said, that's what Republicans are right now, okay? And one of the biggest example of it, one of the worst governors in the country is Bill Lee of Tennessee. Okay, I'll say this: he's number 3, behind Ron DeSantis with the Napoleon complex, and Greg Abbott, who, when he lost his legs, he lost his soul at the same time. Now, Bill Lee and the Republicans, who have probably nothing else better to do, nothing to deal with the economy in Tennessee, nothing to help people in Tennessee, came up with a bill to allow doctors to deny care to people who they feel doesn't fit their ethical view of life. Doctors follow the Hippocratic Oath. Doctors shouldn't care what your ethics are, who you are, to treat you. You're a patient that needs help. That's not how it works. But some doctors have given up the Hippocratic Oath for the oath to Trump, or to their evangelical faith, which is fake Christianity. I will say this to the day I die. Evangelicals are fake Christians. They are everything you see in the Righteous Gemstones. That's what they are. They are suckers. They just give money to liars. And they judge everyone even though they live the worst lives. The Righteous Gemstones is a comedy. I consider it a fucking documentary of evangelicals. Alright? So this lady was at some kind of meeting, and I didn't see it all, but I heard her words, and they hit me to the core. She was commenting at an open meeting, meeting about her and her partner. They've been partners 15 years. They're not married. They're domestic partners. Okay? They have children. She went to her OBGYN to get her prenatal care for their new child. This motherfucker said, I'm not going to treat you because you're not married. This is not a case of a woman wanting to get an abortion or end a pregnancy or ask for contraceptive. She asked for the basic prenatal care so she can make sure her child comes out all right. She has a family. All she doesn't have is a certificate. And the reason this also pisses me off, years ago, my wife and I got married, but we were ex-Catholics, okay? Got married in Vegas. For some reason, we wanted to get our children baptized in the Catholic Church. I don't know as we went. It was a long time ago. So we had to go in and speak to the priest of the local parish. I hate Notre Dame. The reason I hate Notre Dame because I sat down with that priest and got lectured about our marriage because he didn't feel we were married. We weren't married because we weren't married in the church. We got married in Vegas. And the motherfucker is sitting across me, this old fat priest with his fucking glasses, sitting in front of me with a Notre Dame football staring me in the face, talking shit about my life and my wife and our family. We never stepped foot in the Catholic Church again. Later, my children were baptized in the Methodist Church as adults. Okay? But that's what I'm talking about. That type of arrogance that doctor put on that lady for judging her life. Not treating her as a patient, but treating her with an arrogance that even most doctors who are arrogant wouldn't do. A doctor would be arrogant and lecture you. But a doctor that lectures you and doesn't want to treat you because of his fake religious beliefs is bullshit. I want to know who that provider is. They didn't say. Because I want to steer people away from that. Because you don't know what else he's done. Or they've done. Or who else they won't treat. Because they don't agree with their lifestyle. It's simple as that. This is where we're at. Where doctors are allowed. Doctors are allowed to discriminate. And remember this. The person that developed transfusions, that saved people's lives during war and for centuries, was developed by a black man named Charles Drew. Charles Drew died after an auto accident. You know why? Because he could not get to a black hospital in the South because the white hospital refused to take him in emergency, and he died along the way. That is the equivalent what this motherfucker did to that lady. It's not extreme. It's the same thing. This has got to stop. And ethically, if you're a doctor that is doing that, you need to turn in your license. You're not a doctor. You're a monster.